All right, we are live with no Jeremy, which is kind of disappointing. But I did agree to answer some questions, and if the chat wants to talk about the Jeremy collab, I was there and I have some inside information. Um, but it might still be much better if Jeremy was here to give his side. A lot of people were asking how I knew this was going to end badly, and most of it came from that conversation that we had in the car after Grace left the bar. I just knew Jeremy was not inclined to walk away from the collab easily, and he was not, I don't know how to put this, not very scared of like what might happen with the police, I guess is the best way I can put it. But yeah, if you guys want to post your questions in the chat, I will try to answer them honestly. I don't know everything because I wasn't there the whole time, but I was a part of the few days of that collab, and I do think that Jeremy was somewhat done dirty on today's stream. I didn't see all of it, but I saw enough to approach Jeremy about doing this stream to see if he wanted to get his side out, and he did. So that's kind of where we stand. So Chicano Monty asked to have the channel, all of her content taken down and to end the Monty show. She didn't really want to give in a lot of the details, and I don't really want to share what I know, but the Monty show is over for now. She's welcome back anytime she wants to come back, but for now it's that segment of this channel is over with. Yeah, BB's right. Rip Monty. I was hoping to I talked to Edward about doing a send-off show for Monty, and showing clips and just celebrating the time she was here. And he said he would get back to me and tell me if that would be a good idea, and he never actually. Yeah, I miss Monty. I wish Monty was still here, but she has every right to want her privacy. All right, we have someone backstage. Please be Jeremy. It's Jim. Lila, I don't know. I really don't know where Jeremy's at. I know he has liked Grace for a very long time, and there's every reason to believe he still thinks she likes him. So I really don't know about that. All right, I'm going to bring up Jim. Let's see what Jim has to say.
Hey, OPC.
Hey, Jim. What's good?
I want you to finish all of your announcement before I come up.
Oh no, that's it. We're going to answer questions if people have in chat, but Jeremy's not here, so we're just going to make do without him.
Sounds good. Well, I had a stream last night. I got super drunk and I popped off on a bunch of people apparently, and I woke up just knowing that I did some fucked up shit. John Frederick blocked me. Anyway, that's just like a brief review of last night, but I would like to move on. What's new in the sector?
So Jeremy just ended a collab with the Thorpes. Are you up to speed on any of that stuff?
I saw him macing himself.
Okay, well he did that to impress Grace, and the next day, well actually that night, she asked him to get lost. And today
Seriously?
they had a big stream roasting him about like what he was a loser and a failure and basically worthless for their collab. And even though he picked them up in New Jersey and got them home, they were like, well, that wasn't worth anything. And yeah, I thought the reason I started this poll was he treated unfairly. I do think he came through when they needed him. He deserved a little more respect than he got, but
right.
But
what would make them say something like that, especially after he like bent over backwards to help them out and maced himself to make content for their channel?
I mean, this is kind of typical Thorpe behavior. But what I guess set them off is that he sent a bunch of texts to Grace last night saying that he loved her and he wanted to marry her.
Really?
Is that from me or is that from you? Yeah.
Do you hear something on my end?
There was some feedback. I don't hear it now. Ava's saying we need to host AA meeting stream.
Interesting.
How are you doing, Jim? How are you? Are you still looking to quit alcohol, or is that kind of on the back burner now?
Well, no, I can't disappear for 30 days because I'm currently interested in my neighbor and I need to be around.
Okay.
But I'm trying my best to quit on my own.
So can you explain a little bit more what happened with John? Was John on stream getting abused by you? Or?
Yeah, so he used to call in seamlessly all the time until he got mad at me one day, and then now he's like hesitant to call in. So like last night I got super drunk and then I just crashed out on him or whatever.
Are you reading all these chats? Do you want me to read these chats for you?
What are some of them that stand out?
Well, they want to know if you've rebranded your channel. Are you still Boyd Outlaws?
Oh, I was drunk when I changed the title, but yeah, it's still Boyd Outlaws.
Okay, I guess Quadratic watched your stream and said you were abusing John and Gia.
I forgot whatever I said to Gia, but Gia's awesome.
No, Gia's great. I'm a big Gia fan. I thought she and you were beefing because she had some choice things to say to you in chat, but she said no, it was just tough love. You know, she's still a Jim fan as far as I know.
When was this?
This is a few days ago. I saw her in another chat, and I said, "What's going on with you and Jim? Are you fighting?" And she said, "No, it's not. We're not fighting. It's just you know, calling him out on something." Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, so maybe the chat wants to see you and John Frederick talk. I thought this was going to be a Jeremy stream. Chat's asking if John Frederick wants to call in. You guys can try to work things out.
I would love to, but I apologized to him earlier today, and he commented. He said the banhammer is engaged and suffer.
Okay, that's too bad. Says it doesn't seem like Jim remembers what he said to anyone. You must have been out pretty toasted last night, huh?
I was pretty fucked up.
Okay. So what are your thoughts? You want to talk about Jeremy, or you want to talk? Would it be better to talk? I don't want to put you on the spot to talk about your your last stream if you don't want to.
Well, Jeremy did bend over backwards to appease Grace. He probably should have shown more interest on stream because it seemed like he was trying to play it cool all the time, and I don't know, like that's not something you text a girl. I love you and I want to marry you. How about tell her that in person and see her reaction in real time, you know? And especially like, how about like announcing it to the whole stream? Like, I'm not ashamed. I love you, Grace. Wouldn't that mean so much more than a random text? Especially since they're like within the same vicinity.
Yeah, I really wanted Jeremy to come on tonight and answer these types of questions, but he might have been drunk. I really don't know what, like I said, I only know about what happened when I was there, but I do want to know what his side is as far as those texts. That is, I mean, Lalo is the same way. Lalo has been told, I don't know how many times, that Grace isn't interested, but he keeps saying he said he was going to Rhode Island to fuck and stuff like that. It just seems like, how are you missing the point here of what she's been telling you? All right, BB wants to know about. Go ahead.
No,
BB's asked about our Boyd Council meeting after the comedy show, and so maybe I'll get to that. But go ahead. You had a point. Go ahead and finish your thought there, Jim.
Oh shit! What was I gonna say? Oh, maybe this is all just a bit to get a reaction out of Jeremy, so he like starts drinking himself to death again, and then Grace will finally come around.
I don't know. Ben was really, really hard on it today, talking about how he should kill himself and jump off a bridge and things like that. And so I don't know if that's what they're trying to push him to do, or that's part just a, you know, what do you call it, colloquialism. He doesn't really want him to die, but Ben was really coming down hard on him. Okay, so BB, back to what happened at the comedy club. Is the bar was closing down, and Terry made this point that there was 10 minutes left till closing time. It was really strange for Grace to take off like she did. And then on her stream, she said, I hope they can't find me by the next 3 minutes but till the Uber comes. So there was more going on there than her just being tired and not wanting to ruin our fun. Like, we were all headed out anyways. So we get to the car, and at first we're like, is she okay? It was very, very cold out. And so we were, do we need to go look for her? Is she, in a safe place? Is everything okay? And Terry found out that he pulled up her stream and saw that she was in a car. So they said, okay, she's just ditched us. It wasn't, she's fine, but we're getting ditched. So we all kind of like had a moment to like try to figure out, what does this mean? Is this something we need to be concerned about as far as the rest of the collab? Is this just some kind of prank? Like, she's trying to pull on us? What's this all about? And so Terry mentioned he had seen Ben texting her, and that she was pretty defensive about it. She didn't want him reading those texts. So essentially what we decided is that there's something bad coming our way. Jeremy thought it would happen that night, and he was pretty sure the cops were going to get involved. And so I just told him I had had enough interaction with the Warren cops the one time I got escorted from the apartment. So I just said, Jeremy, whatever you're going to do, I don't want to be a part of it. Hold off until I get out of here, then do whatever the hell you want. But I'm not looking to get in the middle of some kind of police drama or something like that. So we let Terry out, go home. And then on the way home, we were back and forth about should I leave or should I not leave. But essentially the idea is that whatever is coming, like, again, we knew Ben was texting her. So he was pulling some puppet strings or something like that. But also Grace was in, like, it was a similar, it reminded us both of New Haven, and like that's the day she spit on me, and I just thought, I'm not gonna stick around and find out whatever was worse than getting spit on,
Yeah.
So there's a place up in Seekonk where I like to stay when I'm down in Rhode Island. And so I went there, and I think Jeremy slept in the RV. And I texted him because I forgot that I had the rented tools. And so I said, I have to be back at AutoZone tomorrow morning. So I'll be around, we can meet up at Bowl or do something in the morning, but I want to find out what's going on before I commit to staying, because if it's going to be just a giant shit show, I'd rather just leave. And so I went to the bowling alley. Jeremy went back to sleep, and I never was able to get in touch with Ben. So after I bowled, it was about 7 games, I think, I just decided, I guess this is done, and I headed home. Yeah, Jeremy, but Jeremy was committed. So BB says, so Jeremy thought the cops would get called. Yeah, Jeremy thought for sure there'd be some kind of police interaction, and I was not down for that. I think they smooth things out through text. We all just thought Grace was acting very similar to that she did to. I guess part of it was the Courtney interaction, but we just thought she's kind of acting crazy. Yeah, BB says he was good for you. So you were smart to leave when you did, and then he continued making you the center of Connor for days. Yeah, I feel like what they did today was what we were trying to avoid, and like they pushed it off for a while, but it was coming either way. Once they got what they wanted, it was just a matter of time before there was a breakdown. I hoped that Jeremy would be able to stay and do the garage, possibly help him with the storage unit, maybe fix the car. I actually, that was one of the things I wanted to confirm with Jeremy before I left. He said he could fix the axle. And so I felt like that was my whole purpose in going down, is to get the car. if Jeremy could get the car, then there was really no reason for me to be there. Yeah, BB, I get a lot of crap about, they thought I was trying to fix the car. The car was really sort of a side issue. Ben sent me a bunch of texts that he was trying to do something kind for his family. And so I thought, okay, this is either going to help Grace and Ben, or it's going to help their family. There's really no downside to this, much more competent Jeremy. You know what? I feel like they did not give Jeremy enough credit. He was not experienced enough to handle the RV, but he was more than willing to take that job on. I feel like that's part of the reason I started the poll question. I feel like he was not treated fairly. He put in an honest effort there. It might not have worked out as well as it could have been, but you can't beat a guy for trying. Yeah, BB. I don't know. Like, if he's trying to turn over a new leaf, she says OPC needs to realize something. Ben doesn't care about his family, and you might be right, but I just felt like if he's actually turning over a new leaf and we don't support him in that, like, he won't try to do this again. He won't try to do something for his family ever again. Not necessarily ever again, but I just thought, yeah, this is a good idea. If I can help them do this, it's not that much time to. I mean, it was a 12-hour road trip to do it, but I just thought, yeah, I can do this for their family. I thought that was a nice thing to do. Sorry, Jim, I haven't really given you a chance to talk. Go ahead, and do you want to weigh in on any of this?
No, you don't need to apologize. This is the main topic of the night. I'm honestly just listening. I'm being a potted plant right now.
Okay, I'll just keep. So Ryan mentions that RZA came in chat and said Maggie already has a car. They're just lying to you to get free labor. And so I did confront them about that, and I did ask them what's this idea that RZA is saying that she doesn't need a car, because I thought they were lying to me too, because they kept muting. They kept muting when they were talked about me coming, and that made me somewhat uneasy. And then I heard that from RZA, and they said, yeah, no, she doesn't have a car. BB says, I'm not saying that Ben won't pretend to do good things for his family, just saying that it's all a manipulation to get back at Courtney. Well, I mean, so this is another thing that Grace blamed me for the fact that the car is being scrapped. But even as late as this morning, I have a friend that buys and fixes up cars like across state lines. And he has a tow dolly. He has a tow dolly in his yard. So I asked him specifically about that. What's the situation towing a car in reverse? He says, yeah, that's fine. They can do that. But he said, I rent a car trailer from you all for $60 a day. And so I sent that to Grace and said, here's how all this works logistically. There's no reason that they couldn't haul that with the RV and go get that car. But any suggestion that involved them doing anything seemed like it was just rejected out of hand. If I would go down and haul it, they were fine with it. If Jeremy or somebody else, but it's just they weren't going to do it themselves. No, BB, I guess she did. She called the guy and said, go ahead and take the car away, and then you can keep the money. And then someone on Discord said, well, OPC will be disappointed. She said, well, this is all OPC's fault. And I felt like, hey, I gave you 1,000 ways to get that car picked up. If you didn't want to do it, then that's not my fault. All right, Gamer of the Dam is backstage. Can we bring him up, Jim? Are you okay with that?
Absolutely. Hey, why didn't you just do this on the Monty show?
This is the Monty show. We're just we're getting ready to do a rebrand. Hey, Gamer, how's it going?
What's been going on with that Jeremy? Was he up here or something?
No, Jeremy. I got the last text from Jeremy was before he was on Dead Man, and so he might be out drinking.
What do you mean he's out drinking again?
I don't know. I just know that when this happened last time, when Grace didn't go to meet him for the skinny dipping, he crashed out.
Oh God.
So yeah, we'll see.
Oh, you haven't had any texts from him?
I called him like 3 times, and I sent him a few more texts and said people are here waiting. You need to show up and do this. But
so do you reckon? Do you reckon after all of the abuse that Jeremy's still in love with her?
Absolutely. I don't think that he believes. In our text earlier in the day, he kind of blamed it all on Ben. And everyone says Grace is just Ben's puppet. So if Grace says to say that she doesn't love Jeremy, she's going to say what Ben tells her to say.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Jeremy, if you're watching this, join on.
Yeah, he should. So, Gamer, what's your take on any of this?
I just can't believe it. I don't know why Jeremy is this stupid to pepper spray himself because he wants to please
Grace.
Yeah, he wants to please Grace enough to shag her when that's not actually going to happen. It's never going to happen. He should know that. He's just being used and humiliated for her content.
I don't really want to speak for Jeremy, but he's actually saying, like, I don't just want to shag her. I want to marry her. I'm truly in love with her, and I want to marry her.
That's what he thinks is going to happen when that's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. He's just going to be used and humiliated until Grace has had her fun with him and just dumps him at the roadside.
Well, she just did. I mean, but the question is, will she be back to will he be back to let it happen again?
Well, if he lets it happen again, then he is definitely brain dead. But that's why I think he's brain dead, because he's letting this happen to him. It's like I don't even know who he is anymore.
Yeah, and Lala Blue brings up the point. Quad says Jeremy doesn't believe in no, and Lala Blue says Quad, that's what scares me. I feel like Lalo has the same problem. I don't know if there's anyone else that's really bad like that. That thinks, well, I mean, I guess even like King has been told multiple times that, like.
Speaking of King, he just went live on his Kick.
Oh, really? Is his YouTube channel not back?
I don't know if he's live on his YouTube channel, but I got a Kick notification saying that he's just gone live.
Yeah, BB, I actually, so everyone thinks like I'm super naive. I'm actually aware, like even before I met with Grace for the very first time, I had seen that they were going to blackmail Lala with a picture, or it was either a picture or a video of him on a chair with his uncle. I've been very. Well, they had some sort of compromising picture of him, embarrassing picture of him, and they said he wasn't going to. Yeah, he wasn't going to help them start a dating show to take over Alex what's his name? Alex Playing with Fire, PWF. Mm-hmm. They had an idea they wanted Lalo to help him with. Lalo said no, and they said, well, we're going to release your picture. So I was aware even back then that
they're blackmailing him with a picture now.
Yeah, they had some sort of embarrassing picture of him. So I've been very careful not to reveal things to them that would be embarrassing or damaging or hurt my family. But at the time, Grace was having to stir up her own excrement and had a little stick to try to open the flap on the toilet. And I just thought, it would be wrong not to help her to improve her living conditions a little bit, Well, BB, I mean, I guess part of it is that I grew up really poor. I was one of 10 kids, and like I know what it's like to not have the best living conditions, and so yeah, my heart goes out to them, even though they aren't the best people in the world, I guess. And so BB asked, why do you keep going back? I don't. I weigh every decision. This decision was more because I knew Jeremy kind of needed help.
You went back there because Jeremy was there. Yeah.
Well, so Doge says you can't trust them with family info, but do labor for them. Like my whole YouTube plan is to help people that are homeless, and so like not all homeless people are going to be super, grateful and kind and things like that. But the Thorpes are, like, of all the homeless people I know, they are the most entertaining. It would be the best content to work with them.
the homeless Thorpes are entertaining, but when they do the wrong type of entertainment, they do illegal shit. They stalk people like they did at Fat
Yeah.
Camp.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of gotten to the point where it's just it's as talented as they are. It's just not a win. It's a big L to get involved with them in any way. So I don't think I'll be back, but under the right circumstances, I might. It just depends.
What do you mean?
So
like?
Ruby, I mean, if I can find okay, so like with the situation with Jeremy, that convinced me that if something like that came up, I might consider it again. But I'm quite aware that it's an L, and so it'd have to be a bigger W than an L. So I don't know. I just have to be
Jeremy doesn't see it as an L. He sees it as a big W in his head.
Yeah, BB's on fire today. They're definitely entertaining, but they're awful people. It's hopeless. I know exactly what you mean, but I did want to give Jeremy a chance to have a successful collab. You know, I didn't meet up with him in Maine. I thought he would go down and spend more time with Grace if he didn't have a option besides that, but it didn't work out. And so I felt like I could help him to make this collab more successful. And so I wanted to try to. So Ruby, do you want to come up and give your 2 cents on this? I know you had some things to say in your own live stream earlier today. Yeah, so BB said that's super nice of you, OPC, but Jeremy shit on you right along with him. Some of that was real, but some of that was I did give Jeremy permission to throw me under the bus for the content. And so I don't have any hard feelings against Jeremy. Helping the Thorpes is a lost cause. Just back, get your popcorn ready. So Hearts, I actually was looking forward to just sitting back and watching this collab. I knew that getting the brakes fixed would be the key to the rest of the things happening that I thought would be happening. I thought this Jeremy collab would last a long time. I thought Lalo would be losing his mind over it. I thought King would be losing his mind over it. I thought the little bit that I would contribute would make a big difference.
See what King's doing right now. Oh, he's just listening to music. He's listening to music on his stream. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, and Ruby's got a good point. Sometimes helping is hurting if it's enabling. And I do agree with that, Ruby, but when it's things like just basic, okay, like her bathroom door is ripped off. Like she needs to change her clothes and have privacy. That's something I could fix for her, and I probably should fix for her.
Her bathroom door is ripped off the hinges.
Yeah, when I first met with her, the police had ripped their bathroom door off their hinges.
Which bathroom door is that? The RV one or the house one?
On the RV. Yeah, on the RV.
The RV one.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why they ripped it off, because Ben was hiding in the bathroom and they wanted to arrest him.
Yes, but they could have unlocked it. I mean, that was a little bit excessive. I thought.
But when someone refuses to answer the door to the police or whatever, and they have a warrant, arrest warrant or a search warrant, then that gives them power to put the door in.
So Ricky makes a good point that their RV just gives them new depression as to Waste Munson, but I mean that's going to be their full-time home. I've been kind of laughing. I've been texting with so you guys remember Ashley? They met up with in Pennsylvania. Ashley took Grace to she was a viewer. She was called Ben, we're on to you. So her boyfriend is a boxer, and we've been texting back and forth a little bit. And we're kind of joking, but they think these streams are like so great, but they're not getting the garage cleaned out. Like Jeremy is actually trolling them.
Jeremy's doing all their dirty work, and he's not getting anything.
Yeah, and so Ricky makes the point that you're why are you helping them? They're just they don't deserve it. But at the same time, I just feel like even prisoners, even murderers and rapists, we give them 3 square meals a day and a warm place to stay and a roof over their head. I feel like that's just the basic thing that everyone should be able to have in this world. And so that's usually all I'm really providing for them. You know, as far as fixing the brakes, they have to have a way to move that thing if they're going to live in it. And plus, they were putting other people in danger. You know, they were putting other people in danger driving it with the brakes the way they were.
Yeah, I tuned into the Thought stream earlier, and then they had Jeremy on their panel, and they're like accusing him of messing up the RV or something.
Yeah, they were really ripping into him, and apparently they want to rip into me tomorrow, and I just don't care. It doesn't bother me.
They're going to rip into you now tomorrow.
That's what Ben. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't hear the whole stream, but like that's the thanks you get for fixing their brakes. But
yeah, they accused you of trying to destroy it or something.
All we did was put on brand new parts. I don't. If they want to try to paint that in a negative way,
bet that wasn't good enough for them. Probably.
I mean, they're just. This is what they do. You know, they take what they can get from you, and then they turn around and rip you apart. And I know that. I knew that going in, and like I still decided that, you know, it's a worthwhile thing to do to fix those brakes. It's been bad like that since they first met up with me. And it's just time. It's time that they get repaired. Fixing brakes is a huge pain. Thanks for putting the work in. Yeah, Quad, I actually I wanted to go get the car too. If things hadn't gotten crazy that night, I would have gone and got the car too.
The car still in New Jersey?
Yeah, they've given up on it. She called the mechanic and said, go ahead and trash it.
So it's going to be crushed or something? Going to be
probably. I don't... There might be parts they can use off of it that, you know, they might try to sell to the motors. Those motors were pretty good, but it's a 20-year-old car, so I'm not sure how much of a demand there is for those parts anyways.
So you're saying that this car is the one where the engine just powers the wheels, because I think the new hybrid types of cars are the ones that have an engine, but it's actually electric motors that are powering the wheels.
Yes, this is a standard transmission, just regular car. Nothing too special about it. Yeah. And BB mentions that, yeah, OPC, you've got to cut it off at some point. I agree. And I keep telling myself this is it. I thought this was a worthwhile thing to go help Jeremy. And
yeah, you've got to cut them off completely, because they're just going to keep using you and then abusing you or something. That's what they're just going to keep doing.
Yeah, I do agree, and it seems like there's no changing. They're pretty set in their ways, and so you just have to step back and let them do their thing, and they'll suffer the consequences from their decisions. Yeah, the Monty show is canceled. Kai, Monty show we're in a transition period. I actually have reached out to Scotty and Chicana, and they'd like to come on at least do one show about ice that they both host together. And so we'll schedule that sometime soon and see how that plays out.
Hey, so why was Monty wanting to quit?
She just, like everybody saw, she was just having a tough time on stream. It's being on the internet is not a easy thing, you know. You get a lot of unwanted advice and criticism, and you know, I don't know everything, and even if what I do know I don't really want to talk about, it's Monty's business. Right. But I will say 100% Monty, like no offense to you, Jim, Monty was one of my favorite hosts ever. When Monty was on her game, she was great, but she just had a lot of trouble, you know, when I mean, if you watch the streams, you understand. Yeah,
I said what's happened.
You showed a statistic that her stream.
Oh, speak of the devil! Since we started talking about Monty, look who appears in chat.
Edward. The link is pinned. Edward.
That's a coincidence, isn't it? Since we started talking about how Monty was having problems on here, and then Edward just appears out of nowhere.
You know, I'm pro Edward too. I feel like Edward and Monty were just going through a hard time in their relationship, and it just was unfortunate that so much of it was online, you know. But Edward, the link is pinned, and I'll bring you up. I'd actually love to hear what you have to say, because I'm kind of in the dark too as far as how, you know, things are going recently.
Mhm. Is he backstage yet?
Yes, he is. I'll bring him up right now.
All right then.
Edward, what's going on?
What's up, OPC? I just got home and I probably heard the last 2 minutes, so I don't know what has been said.
People are just asking why the Monty show was canceled, and I said, she just was having a hard time online, and it just didn't work out. But I mentioned before, she was one of my all-time favorite hosts.
Yeah,
she was so smart and so capable.
Yeah, she was smart. She had lots of good moments and mixed with a lot of bad moments, and she realizes that. And I just wanted to come up and really quickly say she's perfectly fine right now. She's doing good. We came to the conclusion, she did mostly, that she should stop streaming because it's not good a lot of the times for her. So she's taking care of herself, But she enjoyed doing She enjoyed doing it with and she appreciates you too, OPC. You helped a lot. So
and Edward, I always, any former host that wants to come on, like same as Jim and Pero, and there's always an open invitation to anybody that, especially Monty, if she ever wants to come back and talk and share something, she's always welcome.
I'm sure she will, but she'll maybe do a little visit, a little one-time thing here and there, but she shouldn't be doing it all the time. That's for sure.
No, and I'm sorry, as far as I don't know what's going on with your relationship, but I feel bad that this channel put so much stress on that relationship.
Yeah. There was a lot of stuff. But I just want to come on because a lot of people keep DMing, asking about her, and might as well just do it all at once. I've done it in a couple of chats, but just to tell everybody she's fine. She's better than ever. She's getting better, and she's feeling.
Yeah, and I had the impression that taking a break would be really good for her. Just to not be under so much scrutiny. And BB's right. Lowercase BB, D-Dog. Yeah, D-Dog is still one of my favorites too. Anytime D-Dog wants to come back, he's got an open. All of you guys, everybody that's ever streamed on this channel, you're welcome to come back. And
what you should do? You should do all panels of all the rejects or whatever you want to call it. Jim, D-Dog, Monty, just the guys that did the stream, hosted the stream. All at
once. Was King also host on this channel as well?
King was a very early host. We've tried to do that. It's just hard to get everybody together at the same time.
I know.
And maybe we can just start the stream and just hope they call in, but we've never been able to actually coordinate everybody together. D-Dog especially is hard to get in touch with. He doesn't believe in social media, so he's a hard one to reach out.
Well, just do an announcement. Hey, if you were a host of this stream, we're going to do this March 15th, whatever. Be there or not, let's see who comes on. All the streamers on one panel.
Hey, Edward, what are your thoughts on Chill Scotty and Chicana doing a stream together? They've asked to do this, and I've said I'll set up a date.
Everyone deserves a tryout, I guess, right?
Yeah, give them a shot. I know Monty was a big fan of both of them. I think she would endorse at least giving them a fair shake at it.
Oh, somebody get called off.
Jim went.
Hello, Jim Gamer.
Oh,
Gamer's here. Hold on, Jim's coming back.
And StreamYard sucks.
Hold on. Did Edward get cut off?
Sorry, hello, Mr. Dadman. I see you restreaming us.
I accidentally exited out.
Mr. Deadman, you're restreaming us. I see you. Mr. Deadface is restreaming us.
He's probably laughing because we don't have Jeremy. Jeremy ghosted us. So yeah, Chad, if you guys have if Chad has any more questions about the Jeremy collab, I'll answer what I can. So BB's got some hate for you, Edward. Do you want to answer your critics, or do you want to just kind of have this be a let's all just be happy that Monty's doing better stream? Oh, Edward's frozen. Edward's frozen, so maybe that's not going to work out. So, Gabriel, what's Deadman's take on that stream?
Don't know because I weren't listening.
Okay.
Well, he's showing the Texas that well, he's showing that the part of the Thorpe stream where
So please, please, please let me get what I want. Lord knows
they're
it'll
leaking
be the
Jeremy's
first
Texas.
time.
So they leaked Jeremy's embarrassing texts on their stream. No, I don't know how Jeremy's reacting.
So did you see any of that, Gamer? What did you think about that?
Shouldn't be releasing people's leaked shouldn't be leaking private messages.
No, I agree with that, but what did you think about Jeremy sending it? Do you think that was a bad idea or a good idea? Or,
That was a really bad idea. Really bad idea. Shouldn't be talking that. Shouldn't really be.
Sorry, Edward, I don't know what happened there.
Shouldn't
I'm
really
sorry.
be giving that
No,
fat
I've been
bitch
having
no
issues.
attention at all. To be honest.
Sorry, Gamer. I just really quick to answer BB because I've heard this before. Not true. It was my idea from like 2 years ago. I thought that Monty was a good talker. I was the one that said that Monty should do something with King and Dan, Kitchen Man Dan. I thought them as a trio would be really good. For like 2 years,
Yeah, I can confirm that. I was a little bit aware of those plans, and Edward was trying to put something together there for quite a while.
And it wouldn't happen. And so I thought it was a good outlet for Monty. So now I'm feeling bad that thinking that streaming for her would be a good outlet, a creative thing for her to, get involved and have her mind occupied. In the end, I feel bad that the idea of having her stream was a good thing. It kind of, we see where it went. So wrong, little BB.
Well, Edward, I think the Monty's idea about the boy fantasy football league and all of that was brilliant, really, really brilliant. Monty at her best is better than almost anyone I've seen on the internet.
Who's got stuff playing?
Oh, I'm Gamer the Damned. How's it going? Yes. I'm just curious.
Gamer.
Sorry.
Oh, he responded to me, did he?
Yeah.
How's it going, Gamer? How's your channel?
Yeah, my channel's all right. Yeah.
Are you doing the Arc Raiders? Because if you are, let's hook up.
I've been doing my own panel streams lately.
No, but have you been playing the Arc Raiders?
Yeah, so I played it like days ago.
All right.
But
let's get in touch. Let's hook up and we'll go in together.
Think about it.
Think about it. Jim, it's good to see you.
Likewise.
Yeah, Edward, if you are in contact with Monty, just tell her she's missed and she's loved, and we wish that everything is she's doing better. Hopefully she's doing a lot better.
She asked me, so how much hate am I getting? Am I getting trolled? Are people saying shit?
Not at all.
No, everyone's been very sweet.
Yeah, and we'd still like to do the Monty send-off stream if she's down for us doing that. But I'll talk to Jim. Not Jim. Chill, Scotty, and Katana.
All right, guys.
See if they want.
Gamer, Jim, chat. Be good. I just got home. I'm gonna go eat.
Thank you, Edward. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a heathen couple hosting the show, huh?
I mean, we'll give them a shot. And this
No,
BB a million times over, BB. I hope that she's doing really well, and we miss her a lot.
I'm not saying they don't deserve a chance. I was just poking fun.
Yeah. Well, what about some of your friends, Jim? I know you've had some of them call in. Are any of them interested in giving it a try?
Maybe. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. Yeah, we're open to ideas.
Okay.
I actually thought Jeremy might want to do something together with this channel.
Where are you, Jeremy?
Hey, do
You
you
guys
remember
want-
that guy? Do you remember that guy who came up on to Monty's show with the blackface?
I only heard, Monty told me about that after the fact. She said we might be in trouble. I didn't actually watch that part of the stream. Was that one of your friends?
Yeah, he actually randomly came across this channel, and he didn't even know that I hosted it at one point. You can't actually get in trouble for having a black painted face, can you?
Monty was just worried somebody would report it
You could.
Yeah, she just didn't know, and so anytime there was a problem, she would just let me know about it, and I would take care of it. But she
Right.
was at that point asking me to take down all the streams anyway, so we didn't delete it out. So it is still on the stream, I believe.
This new member, Media Hits Maxer, is that Horror Maxer's channel, or is
No, he's actually. That's not Formaxer, but I have seen him in the chat, the Formaxer's chat. So, Jim, you want to answer this? Is this a regular thing for this guy?
That's Clay. That was Clay. Yeah.
No, apparently he just likes to do the shock factor kind of thing. And
Okay.
I randomly clicked on Monty's stream one day and saw that it was him. I didn't actually know it was him until he was talking, and I was like, "Wow, this is Clay."
Yeah, and Jim, how does he know that? Jim noticed that I found him on Facebook because Latin AI doxed his real name in his back chat in his StreamYard.
Edward, you want to talk about how to fix that, or I guess that's probably your landlord's problem.
Yeah, I just want to ask Jim that, does he know Latin AI from a long time ago or something? Because I don't know how she knows his real name and that.
We were Discord buddies.
Okay then. Then she said that she had let me back on, or I'm gonna show everyone the pictures and videos of you. That's what she said in the back chat.
Of Jim? Pictures of Jim?
Yeah. I don't know why she's into this blackmailing stuff. It's like, that's why I want to know, how long has Jim known Latin AI for? Because how does she have those pictures, or what pictures or videos is she talking about?
Do you want to answer that, Jim?
She was trolling.
She was trolling, but it seems like that's some sort of blackmailing, and I just want to investigate what it's about, because you shouldn't be blackmailing people like this.
All right, I just texted Jeremy last call if he wants to join.
All right, Jeremy, you will be up here any minute.
I don't know. He may be blackout drunk for all we know.
Yeah, and when I found Jim's Facebook, he was like, he noticed that I seen his story on there, and he was like, "Oh no, then this girl is going to see my story as well, is the neighbor." Like, if
Jim,
I seen it, she's going to see it.
How are things going with the neighbor, Jim?
So, I actually drove back home 2 days ago to sort of hide from her, because I wanted a little break, because she's been going out at the same time, since I saw her out there and talked to her, and I was just like too nervous at the time to go out there and talk to her because I like really like her, and I thought I had the impression that she never wanted to talk to me again until it's this whole thing, dude, but I don't want to go into too much detail on it. But so on Facebook when people come up in your suggested friends, like friends you may know,
Yes.
it means that they visited your profile. So she was on there, and
Oh, is that
last-
what that means? When you have friend suggestions on Facebook, it means that those people visited your profile.
so
How do you know
can mean
that?
that, gamer.
How do you know
So-
that? Because I didn't know that.
So last night I got super drunk, and when I woke up, I noticed that I fucking posted like such a cringy song on my Facebook story, and it like the song explained exactly what happened between her and I at this point in time, and if she saw it, she would definitely like cringe. And when I woke up, it was on there for 7 hours, and I deleted it right away, and I'm just hoping that she didn't see it.
Well,
I mean, if it was-
sent it.
I could see if it was a handwritten poem by you about her or something like that. She wouldn't have to like make assumptions. But if it's just a popular song, she may not have assumed it was said about her.
No, it was. Trust
pretty
me,
obvious.
it was spot on. It was spot on, and she would know.
All right, BB's saying if it was up for 7 hours, she saw it, dude. BB would
Probably.
know. BB would be someone who could tell you, how.
Do you have her as friends on Facebook or something? Then it's if you had her as a friend on Facebook, then it's likely she's seen it.
Okay, so here's a quick story, guys. So I texted her one morning, and then 15 minutes later, I walk out onto my balcony, and it's like she texted me at that particular time to see my reaction. And I was like super bummed out at first, and then I realized I got a text, and I was like my face lit up. I was like, holy shit, she just texted me. And then I pulled out my phone expecting her to say like, don't ever talk to me, or like something along those lines. And so I looked at it, and then I realized it was good news. I smirked, and then I turned around, took a hit of my cigarette, took a deep breath, exhaled, and then I was like, all right, so here's like a reenactment of what I.
John Frederickson chat. Where did Jim go? Where did
I
Jim
don't know.
go?
Well, he's coming back. Hang on, I'll put him back up.
John Frederickson chat. Hey, John Frederick.
John, do you want to come up and try to resolve some things with Jim?
So so here's my reaction. I was like,
Oh yes, Jim did have a video of John Frederick on his
on my
Facebook.
balcony. And then when I saw her out there a couple hours later, she was like smirking because she It's this whole thing. She fucking laughed because she knew I was. It was like such a relief for her to send me that text.
I guess John. I asked John if he'd like to come up, and he said not really. BB says we're on your side, John. So Jim, what are your thoughts as far as like so you want to take a break, right? You've gone back home to not be like continually around this girl.
Yeah.
What are your
Because
thoughts on doing that?
it took an emotional toll on me, and then when I come back, I just want to like be on a clean slate with her.
You want to explain this for John?
Because I love the guy, and it's just like it's like a 5-second clip of him dancing. It's nothing like, it's nothing that would give him a bad image. It's just like, it's like a quick GIF, you know. And he's part of my life. He's an awesome guy.
I don't know. BB thinks it's weird.
Yeah, and if you don't want people finding out your real thing, and then you got it, it might make it so obvious that it is you because you got John Frederick on your Facebook page.
So John, I mean, you don't have to come up, but he was talking about apparently he burned some bridges on a stream last night, or was it the night before? Is the stream still up, Jim, that we could go look at, or is it did it get deleted?
He privated it or deleted it. I don't know.
Get Crack says, bro, we heard what you said to John last night. I don't remember.
You ain't walking that back. Apparently, it was not not a flattering thing that you said, I guess. So, Jim, do you think you get more truthful when you're drunk? Or do you think you say things that you don't mean? Because that might make the difference between saving your relationship or not.
Wait, say that again?
Do you think that, like, when you get drunk, you get more honest, or you just say things that you don't really mean?
I say things that I don't mean. I just say everything that comes at the top of my mind.
Since you don't remember anything you said, BB asks. It's a total blank.
I don't. It's total fucking blank, dude. Oh, my mom was on stream last night.
Really?
She actually
Oh, you're back. You're back.
She drove me to the liquor store, and it was like a part of the stream.
Your mom said you were crazy?
Apparently.
I make it crazy. Do you make me crazy?
Well, anyways, John, if you would like to try to resolve this, it doesn't look like Jeremy's calling in, so we're open to taking the panel in a different direction.
Jeremy, are you there? Jeremy, get your ass up here.
So I'm legitimately somewhat worried about Jeremy. He did not take this well the last time. It was just, she invited him to skinny dip, and then it fell through, and that was enough to really send him over the edge. I feel like this time it's going to be worse.
Yes.
I hope I'm wrong, but
You never know. It might be worse. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might pop up on his own stream, really drunk and saying
You know, that's
all those
and that's part of the
slurs
reason
and
I was
that.
invested. Yeah, but that's part of the reason I was invested in trying to see this one work out. I tried to do something with the New Haven collab. I thought that Jeremy and I could go back to Warren, and he wanted to do some challenge content. And he had some things in mind. You know, I feel like Jeremy needs a win.
Jeremy needs a win, but he's always losing in the
Yeah.
process. So he should stop trying to get a win at this point because he's always going to get there now.
Yeah, and this was kind of disturbing to hear. I didn't see all of the stream, but they were encouraging his self-deletion, you know?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Who
I'll
was?
pull it up.
Who was?
The Thorpes were. Ben
Thorpe.
specifically.
Why is he hanging out with them if they're encouraging him to off himself?
Well, I think
Seriously.
he thinks they like that they're friends. And
That's not what friends do. You don't encourage.
Sorry.
I think that makes
when your friends are feeling suicidal, you don't encourage them to end their Minecraft account.
Dude, if
That is
GetCrack
evil.
can't even repeat what I said
Evil.
to John,
Fucking evil.
if GetCrack can't even repeat what I said to John, it must have been pretty bad. But yeah, like I said, I'm fucking sorry.
Yeah, I mean, John, if you want to try to forgive him, he sounds like he's very sorry. But I mean, I guess if it was that bad, maybe it's just the bridge is burned. I'd be open to try to like mediate if you wanna give it a shot.
If he's willing.
Yeah. Not even bothered by the words. It's just ugh, bro, pull it together. So Jim, I do think it's probably less about what you said and the fact that like you just let yourself get to that state probably is what is kind of disappointing to him. But that'd be my guess.
Yeah.
Which is understandable. You know, I feel like it's not any kind of malice towards you. He's just frustrated and somewhat angry.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm sure you guys will work it out eventually, but you know, if he's mad for the time being, you know, you can understand that's a natural response. So it depends on if you believe that drunks are not truthful or not. That's why I asked this question earlier. So we had this argument about Jeremy. Are drunks actually revealing their true selves?
Probably. I don't know what's going on in his brain. That I don't know what alcohol can unlock at the end of days.
I imagine it varies from person to person, but Crack is a PhD. He has a lot of intelligent questions asked. So what do you guys think? Are we gonna call it on Jeremy? We about ready to give up on Jeremy ever calling in?
Oh, surely
Yeah,
he's
okay.
going to turn up at some point, but I don't know if it's going to be any time soon or is it going to be tomorrow or something. He's going to call in or something.
Yeah, I mean he's got my phone number. He can text me if he wants another try, but you know I don't think I feel like he's kind of
Well, if I decide to do another open panel stream or whatever, well, he'll call in on that probably.
You know what? If you can tell me when it is, I'll actually text it to him. And
I don't know. It could be at random. I could do
Okay.
it at random or something. It could be tomorrow. It could be tonight. It just could be any time that any time I could stream. It could be any time.
Okay. Well, if I'm in contact with him when you're streaming, I'll let him know about it.
Right.
Well, so RK, I actually pitched to Jeremy that we could make the stream about answering the chat questions and make the people super chat their questions. And I knew he was kind of. I don't think he lost money on the collab, but I don't think he's doing well financially, and so I felt like he might want some money for his road trip. So that was my pitch to him, that we would have super chats and we'd raise some money for his trip, but he didn't reply. So, hope to see if you've learned anything from the humiliation ritual of the Thorpes. Yeah, so exactly, BB. I already okay. So let me pull that comment up. Let's see, so BB's right that this is basically just a humiliation ritual that the Thorpes are put Jeremy through, and
It
they were
was,
planning.
yeah.
And they were planning to do this to me tomorrow. And so I just clipped some comments of Grace's stream today where they said, you know, you can leave a collab at any point for any reason. How would it go? Any time for any reason, and it's not it's your right to do so. And so that's what I did. And I just decided that like I didn't want to be there if the cops were going to be called. I didn't want to be there if a lot of drama was going to happen. Yeah, and so I just said that's my response to anything you guys have to say. I had a right to leave that collab, and Jeremy made the mistake. Jeremy made the mistake of engaging with him, and I don't plan to do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jeremy made that mistake. That could have almost ended up sending him to jail as well. Because if the cops were going to be involved, it would likely that Jeremy would end up in jail as well.
Well, that's the thing is he was ready to go to jail. In the conversation in the car, he was like, I'm gonna like take this to that level. I mean, I guess maybe he was thinking it for content, and I just said, well, please wait. You know, if this is gonna happen, I'd prefer to be gone.
Christ,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
So he would have gone to jail for these fucks. Oh, fucking hell, man.
All right, we've got somebody back. Jim's back.
Jim's back.
Yeah, I guess. Again, he'd been drinking that night. I'm not sure how much of that conversation he remembers, and I'm not sure how rational.
Off stream, he said he would go to jail for them.
Yeah, Grace left us at the bar, so we decided it was 10 minutes from closing time. Anyways, we were on our way out the door, so we went out and talked in Jeremy's car for a while just to keep warm. And he said that he thought the cops would probably be called, and he said he was down for it. And so I said, well.
Jeremy, you're such a stupid. What's working in there, Jeremy? Do you really want to go to jail? Is that what you really want, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Seriously, you
BB,
really...
that was exactly why I thought this is eventually going to. There likely is going to be some cops and restraining orders involved in this at some point. Hopefully, that's not the case, but it definitely seemed like it was headed in that direction, and I wanted out. I was like, that's. Good for you, Jeremy. If this is where you
wanted out, but Jeremy, Jeremy doesn't even have a brain anymore. It just don't even know who he is. Like seriously, he wants to go to jail to impress God in heaven, dude. Jeremy, yeah. I just can't. I just don't understand, Jeremy. Seriously.
So positive engagement chatter says, why would the cops be called? Very strange. What Jeremy's premise was that they were probably going to kick him out of the RV, but he didn't have any place to go, so he was going to go and stay in the RV that night, and if the cops were called, the cops should be called. They had made it, well, I'm not supposed to talk about it, but they had a sleeping arrangement for me that I just decided I didn't want. There's a place where I like to stay in Seekonk, and I told Jeremy I'm headed there, and I'll be here in the morning to return the tools, and maybe we can meet up then. But I'm not down for any cop calling and that kind of stuff. So I said I'm most likely leaving in the morning.
So who were the people that were going to call the cops on him?
He thought Grace and Ben probably would call the cops on him.
Fucking hell! Wow. Well, Grace did refer to Jeremy before a long time ago as their stalker.
Yeah, that's why I feel like today's turn of events wasn't that surprising. We kind of saw it coming 2 days ago. I was glad that I got out before it got crazy, but we all kind of I mean, the Thorpes are pretty much on a loop now. It's the same thing over and over again. It's either Lalo or Jeremy, but yeah.
Wow, Layla. Hopefully, Laylo's parents have talked sense into Laylo, and Laylo's not going out there again. and not collabing with them again.
Yeah, BB's on it. That's where they suggested I sleep, but like I just decided whatever was going on with Grace, and I knew Ben was the one texting her. I just decided I don't want to be around craziness, and so I didn't want to accept those sleeping arrangements.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
get cracked.
When
Sorry?
Jeremy was talking about on his stream that he was going to go to LA after Austin, I seen in the chat that Grace was saying for him to bother War Chief, bother Adam with the RV again. So he's basically going to use him to bother War Chief Adam again.
Yeah, they have a little roster of people they cycle back to. I'm sure War Chief will be on that. They'll cycle back to him soon enough. So I guess Get Crack is aware of the.
Screenshotted it as well, right there. You can see in there, as they can see it or not. See a comment in there saying, "Can you go and bother Adam about the RV?"
Yeah, they use people to
I'll just make it big.
It's tools. It's tools. So yeah. So do you want to talk about this, gamer? Are you familiar with this piece of information?
What piece of information?
Lalo apparently has been arrested for drunk driving.
Oh my god! When?
It was just leaked to Grace. I'm gonna guess it was probably Radical Politics that forwarded to her. So yeah, all of her.
Well, that's him losing his license. Then that's him losing his fucking license.
So what? Damius pulled it up and said it's 90 days. Oh, it's 90 days in jail. 90 days suspended license. I think 10 days.
You can ban for years in the UK for drink driving.
Yeah, 10 days in jail, I think. I'm not sure what the rest of it is. And so, yeah, BB asks about Montero. As far as I know, Montero didn't tell us what the text said. I think he may not have actually seen the text, but he just was aware that Ben was texting her and that Grace was very defensive about whatever was being sent.
Yeah, so she's always defensive on her daddy.
Yeah. So we were just trying to figure out what does that mean for us? Is it time to call it on this collab, or is this, something we can ignore?
Probably it was time to call it.
That's what I decided. I mean, we all talked it over, and my decision was if it's going to go crazy, I just assume get out right now.
Yeah, just get out before it does get too messy.
Exactly. I had police interaction back when I stayed at their apartment, and I just decided I didn't need another one.
Yeah, what was that police interaction about?
So Grace, we were actually going to clean out her garage for the first time. They were going to move out of the apartment and sue Ron for the remaining rent or something like that. So I came down with a pickup truck and we started moving things out of the garage. And then at night she said, you're welcome to stay in my apartment instead of getting a hotel room. So she gave me the key. I went down, let myself into her apartment, and the neighbor called the police on me and said that I was not authorized to be there.
Oh.
So long story short, they didn't arrest me, but they just made me leave the apartment. But I was in bed trying to, sleep. They opened a window, flashed a light, said, "Open up, Warren police." They held me for a while until the owner of the house could show up, and he actually said, no, he doesn't have a right to be there. So I left. But I mean,
that was the landlord of the house saying you didn't have a right to be there.
He said if Grace had been there, it would have been fine. But because I was there alone, it was a violation of the lease, which we looked at the lease the next day, and I think he was wrong. But that's Grace's business, not mine. Grace is the one paying the rent. But anyways, that was enough for me to think I really don't want to go through anything like that again. If this is going to happen, I'm just going to find another place to stay and try to avoid the. Okay, so yeah, BB, it does appear that Lalo, according to Arizona state law, if Lalo is convicted or he's actually didn't pass the breathalyzer, he could be in jail at the moment.
Yeah, being in jail until he sobers up, then they can charge him with it. They have to be fully sober so they can present the charge.
Yeah. So it looks like Lalo's Jeremy and Lalo are both kind of falling apart.
Hey, earlier,
Wow, that could have been Jeremy being done for drink driving. You all, for all I know, because
hey, I'm sorry for.
because he did have a few beers that day when you were driving to the bar before you drove into the bar, didn't you?
Yeah, he was helping himself to the chocolate stout, I think.
How many beers did he have before he got in the car and drove?
So I drove him home. I was the designated driver. I was not drinking any alcohol at the club, so I drove Jeremy home. I'm sorry, Jimmy, you started to say something?
Sorry to bring attention to myself. Someone said that I have crazy eyes. I don't get it. Whoever said that, could you just explain why you say that?
So Jim, can
Alright.
I don't know if I'm making a confession, but I mentioned the other day someone talked about you, and I said, Jim is in incredibly good shape. I'm shocked that more girls at the gym don't hit on you.
So I do get a lot of what they call choosing signals. Although sometimes I'm too sweaty. I'm like 30 minutes into my workout, and I don't want to be out of breath while I'm hitting on a chick. There is this one chick who has expected me to walk up to her for a while now, and I haven't shown up to the gym for that specific gym for 3 months. I probably should, so that I don't be fixated on my neighbor. I really need to spin plates, otherwise I'm just gonna ruin things with my neighbor if I'm too obsessed with her.
I would just say just ignore your neighbor.
So the chat is somewhat fascinated with the thought of Lalo being in jail right now. John says so Lalo could be someone's bitch right now. He's probably someone's bitch whether he's in jail or not, but yeah, it is an interesting thing to think about how Lalo would fare in prison.
I hope he's not in prison.
Well, apparently let me pull up that apparently there's mandatory jail time if he actually has been convicted, or at least what do you call it? If he failed the breathalyzer test, or if he didn't pass the field sobriety test.
So to be honest, I'm honestly a secret Lala fan.
Really?
And yeah, he's a huge reason why I stuck around in the sector, just to see him hop on panels and everything.
Well, to tell you the truth, Jim, I used to be a fan, but I met with him in real life, and I am not a fan at all. He's very rude. He's childish. He's demanding. He's entitled.
He's a stalker because
I would 1,000 times rather spend time with you, Jim, than Lalo. I did not enjoy the time I spent with him at all. BB's 100% right. Lalo sucks in every possible way. But no, Jim, you're welcome to be a fan of anybody you want. It's a matter of taste.
I just like his I like how fluent he is in language. He may come across feminine a lot of the times, but he gets his thoughts across, right?
So I don't know how much time you've spent around. He uses language really poorly. He's not an articulate guy. He just tries to use big, impressive sounding words, but he almost always uses them wrong. So BB says that Lalo was in Deadman's chat earlier. He got a gifted sub but wasn't saying anything, but he's definitely not in jail.
How long does it take till he appears in this chat then?
I would think he'd be here already if we're talking about him. He likes to be the center of attention.
Of course he does. How many profiles does he have?
I have noticed there are a lot of similarities between Lalo and Grace. I think like Grace, there's a lot of similarities between Jeremy and Grace. I think a lot of the people that are interested in Grace have things in common with her. I don't know. That's just the theory. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but they don't. What things they have in common, really?
Well, I mean, so Lalo, like, again, he is very entitled. He always wants to be the center of attention. I don't know. We probably can. Wait a minute. I've lost track. Oh yeah. So BB makes this point. You don't have to be in chat to be gifted a sub. So if that's the only reason that we have to believe Lalo isn't in prison, he might be. He might still be in jail. The mandatory sentences in Arizona are no joke.
Not be drinking and driving then. Lalo, you got yourself in this mess if you were drink driving. You should not have been sipping alcohol and driving behind the wheel of a car. You got yourself in this mess, Lalo.
Yeah, BB. Both BBs are really good at remembering Lalo's. So don't condescend me is one of the things that Lalo used to say. He's using condescend incorrectly. But Jim, yeah, I don't mean to rain on your parade. If you like Lalo, good for you. Everybody's got their tastes.
No, I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I was trolling. He is
Okay.
I have no like animosity toward the guy, but I also am not like an obsessive fan. I do think he's pretty cool though. He's pretty cool.
He likes to make fun of you, and I always defend you and tell him I would rather have you be the host or you be my a collaborator than him.
There was this one time where I posted a selfie of me on Thorpcord, and he responded, and he was like, "OPC actually thinks that this guy has more talent than me," or some shit like that.
I do think that. He's not wrong.
That's what he said that you said.
Yeah, if I had to choose between him and you for a host, it would be you 100 times over.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Lalo is pretty significant in the sector, though. You got to admit.
He's his own biggest fan. I don't see a lot of people actually that like Lalo. I think you're probably more popular among the circles I run with, at least. Yeah, I think people find him entertaining because he's like so pathetic and weird. He's distinctive, but he's not liked.
Is he the same height as you? How tall are you?
No, I am 5'9", and he was about 5'6".
Holy shit! You look short compared to Jeremy, and I'm 5'9".
Yeah, Jeremy's a tall guy, but compared to Ben, everybody looks like Ben is a giant. It's really hard to convey on camera how tall Ben is. So yeah, they always call me the dwarf and the gnome and everything, but next to Ben, everybody looks like a dwarf.
You're 5'9"?
Yeah.
Dude, you're far from a gnome.
Well, again, it's all comparison, Okay, Pixie Push.
Who is a gnome? Keemstar.
Yeah.
All right. So the minimum punishment.
Ben is a Goliath.
Sorry. So the minimum punishment in Arizona for first-time offenders in blood alcohol 0.08 to 0.149 is 10 days in jail, $2,000 in fees, not including lawyers, 90-day license suspension, and 12 months with interlock. So yeah, odds are very good that he's in jail at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Wow, when he gets out, I'm going to say, "How's your time in jail, Lalo?"
Yeah. You know what? I liked Jeremy. So Pavilion, I didn't always like Jeremy from watching his streams, but in real life I did. I genuinely liked Jeremy. I thought he was a pretty good guy, and he was willing to get down and work, and I just have a lot more respect for him than I do for Lalo.
Well, I don't know what happened with Jeremy and John Galt because he's left that. He seems to abandon the John Galt houses now.
If Jeremy had come on tonight, that would have been my advice to him, is to get back involved with John Galt, because John Galt would like to do a content house, and Jeremy would like to be involved in a content house. And I feel like
it seems like he's abandoned that right now.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't like being the fix-it man, and I do understand that, but you have to start somewhere. Jeremy's not skilled enough to be like the job I do. I design houses from the bottom to the top, and like you have to know a lot to do that, and you have to start somewhere and learn the trade. And so I mean, I do know it's humble work that John was asking him to do, but at the same time he's getting involved with a pretty successful businessman there, and I feel like there's a lot of leads there that
any content houses that are coming up this year or that you know of or anything.
There's always stuff going on in Austin, and so that's not a bad move either.
Austin.
Yeah. So he was going to try to get into Darius and Proncis's house, which is basically a full-time content house. Which wouldn't be a bad
Darius
move.
IRL house where the cops are called every party.
Yeah, Yeah, I would feel like John Galt is a better opportunity because Jeremy could direct the content, whereas in the Darius house he would just be a side character. In the Galt universe, Jeremy would basically be able to he would be able to invite who he wanted, within reason. Process offered that he knows some women that he could invite. I just feel like it's a better opportunity as far as Jeremy having more control. So that was my was going to be my recommendation if he called him tonight, but he didn't.
He didn't.
Didn't show up.
I just don't even know what's going on with him, to be honest. I don't know if he's drinking himself to death.
I am slightly. All right, so BB's got some information. Darius said he'd kill him if he shows up, and that was yesterday. When stuff changes every hour. Yeah,
Is that what
it's
Darius
hard
said? That what Darius said, that he would murder Jeremy if he showed up.
You know what? I forgotten that Jeremy was the one that Grace ran to when she fled from Darius. So maybe that's hard bad. I don't know. Hard feelings there.
That's why Darius would have beef with him, wouldn't it? Because Grace ran to Jeremy away from Darius.
So Pixie clarifies Lalo isn't in jail yet. There's a court process, but he definitely spent the night there when he got pulled over. So yeah, I do think that
he would be in police custody because that's where you're first taken after you're arrested. Police custody.
A lot of haters for Edward tonight. No, I do think Edward and Monty were just in a tough spot in their relationship, and it just I'm sympathetic to both sides. I feel like that was a difficult thing to have played out publicly, and I wish them both well. So I don't know, guys. Do you want to just keep talking? I feel like we sort of failed. Jeremy didn't show up. The whole point of this was going to be give Jeremy a chance to clap back. About he felt like Ben especially was. I could pull up his text. The word he used was. Let me find out exactly what he said.
What's that there, Jim?
It's your future wife. It's your future
Jeremy
wife, gamer.
No, it ain't. Not that picture. Who is that?
I think it's probably a anime girl of some sort.
Yeah, Jim's into anime.
So Jeremy directly quoted, "Ben is scared." And so I wanted to have Jeremy give his take on what what today's stream was about. If he thought Ben was scared of him or scared of, the relationship he was building with Grace, or what exactly he thought Ben was scared of. But he didn't show, so he's not going to get his chance to explain that.
Well, it might take days for him to see what happens, like see what tomorrow or something brings to the table or something.
Yeah.
Or
Because
I don't want to.
there's a
Yes,
possible
I do.
chance he might call
Yes,
in
I
on
do.
Celebrity Sunday.
Yes, I do.
You-
It's because I don't want to lust over actual women that just like the art.
There might be a chance Jeremy might call in on Celebrity Sunday, though.
Yeah, I'm
So-
sure he wants to get his side out. That's why I wanted to give him this opportunity, because I remember when I first had my first falling out with the Thorpes. It's a little bit overwhelming that they can go on their channel and say anything they want about you, and you're pretty limited in your ways you can reply. And so I wanted to give Jeremy the opportunity tonight to answer any of the allegations they've made, and just to get his side out. So maybe we'll still do this if he reaches out to me tomorrow. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Ruby's
Chris.
channel would be good. Yeah.
Christian loophole.
How do you reply to this, Jim?
The art. Yeah, and I read Playboy for the articles. Laugh out loud, JK. I'm just joshing you.
See, Jim, you're a likable guy. Like, you couldn't have this conversation with Lalo. Lalo just can't laugh at himself or joke about himself, and the way you got. Yeah, I just think you're a much more likable, personable guy than Lalo will ever be. Christian loophole. Is Deadman Get Cracks here? So probably Deadman's done streaming.
I think he's still
Um,
live because I did check on that.
Lalo does brush off. Lalo does brush off insults. What do you mean?
Lalo's ego won't let him just to be self-deprecate, not in a real self-deprecating way. He'll make light of it or whatever, but he feels every insult deeply. He's very insecure. He's a super insecure guy.
Right.
Yeah, the chat's kind of roasting him right now. But no, I mean, again, I was a fan for a while. I don't, I don't. It doesn't bother me that you like him. I just don't like him at all.
He's just a
Continue
baby.
to just a baby. Continue the love, sweet. So, John, I hope
He's
guys,
just nervous. He's just
Nervous.
nervous.
And what's his latest one? But he overuses those. Somebody said the word tallywhacker, and he thought it was funny, so he used it 1 billion times. And then somebody else said dollar store, so he used that 1 billion. He can't just. He overuses everything. It's it might be funny once or twice, but he's not original at all. He just gets his friends. He reuses his friends.
His favorite word.
Whatever you think.
His favorite word is chopped. That's for sure.
Chop
All right.
it up.
BB's already declaring it. Yeah, Ricky gets it. It's just dude, enough with the tallywhacker. How many
Yeah,
times can you-
Jeremy ain't responding. I don't see him anywhere.
I regret that, Crack. I honestly do. I thought I was investing in his career and he was up and comer and all that, but yeah, I kind of wish I had not paid for that mic.
Paid for what, Mike?
So back along, Lalo broke his mic and he couldn't stream, without a good working microphone. And so I gave them, at the time, Lalo didn't have a PayPal, I think. So I sent the money to Grace and said, this is for Lalo's mic. Make him earn it. And so she went on his stream and she made him do a series of challenges or whatever. I can't remember, push-ups or made him sing songs or whatever. But he got the $90 to get his mic, a brand new mic that I paid for. And I felt like
Yeah.
at the time it was a good investment in a young streamer, but he's just turned out to be a super dud.
Mm.
Hey, play the link that BB sent.
Let me see. YouTube. All right. Let me try to share the screen.
Gonna have to get in private chat and then.
Yep, I'm working on it. So Ricky says Lalo is a brat. Nobody wants to deal with an adult man that's a brat. Jim admires Lalo because Lalo talks fast and almost seems smart, and Jim, bless his heart, is a doof. Yeah, he is. Lalo, when I met up with him, had to have a Diet Coke in a cup with a straw. I was like, "You're a grown, yeah, you're a grown man. Like,
Dude.
why?"
Tricky
All right, so
Ricky is pretty spot on with his comment.
Yeah, Tricky Ricky is a very sharp individual. I'll give her that. We don't agree on everything, but yeah, she is very observant and she comes up with some pretty feisty comments about people. All right, so I'm gonna have to join StreamYard on my laptop so I can share this.
You're on your phone
Jim,
right now.
I ought to send you the StreamYard key so you can help me run things. But all right, we'll get this pulled up here. Give me a minute. I'm gonna actually go down, and you guys gonna have to run things for a minute while I get set up.
Yeah, all right then.
Dude, you really don't have to play the link if it's not like an instant access kind of thing.
Okay, we'll keep it simple. We'll keep it simple tonight. I'm sorry, BB. We'll maybe next time we're live. All right.
What's that link about, anyways?
I don't know. You know what? The chat can click on that themselves if they're all excited about it. We'll find a way to get it played. So Jim, not Jim. Both of you.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
We have someone backstage.
There's a plus
Who's
sign.
got backstage?
So you tab out, you press the click the link and then press the plus sign and then never mind. No, just forget about it.
So I'm on my phone watching the stream and talking to you, and I'm on my laptop doing the polls and the other stuff. But so we have someone backstage. It says it's lowercase BB.
BB less than 3.
Yes, it's BB because she sent the link in the private chat.
Is she calling in?
Oh
Yeah,
no, I guess she just wanted to drop that. All right, I'll tell you what. I will
I want
play
to
that.
hear her voice again.
Can I share the screen? For
BB sounds hot. I want to
Yeah,
hear her voice.
Yeah, actually, the gamer, if you want to share your screen, I'll pull it
gives
up.
me like
There we
it gives
go.
me like a little
Got it.
stiffy whenever I hear her talk.
Yeah, I've shared the screen right now.
All right, I'm gonna pull it up here.
So
Add to stage.
All the men are completely fucking.
I'll just pause it. Can you hear it?
All right, let me.
Right.
Pussies. Ain't none of one of them stepped to me yet. They're all a bunch of fucking
hear it?
bitches. Not one guy has stepped to me
Yes.
yet. All the men are completely fucking
I can't hear it for some
pussies.
reason.
Ain't none of one of them stepped to me yet. They're all a bunch of
Probably because
fucking
I'm playing
bitches.
at
Not
the end.
one guy has stepped to me yet. All the men are completely fucking pussies. Ain't none of one of them stepped to me yet.
Yeah.
They're all a bunch of fucking bitches. Not one guy has stepped to me yet. All the men are completely fucking pussies. Ain't none of one of them stepped to me yet. They're all a bunch of fucking bitches. Not one guy has.
What do you think, then?
Yeah, I saw that on Discord. I feel like Jeremy's getting a lot of attention. This could have been a much better collab. You know, I feel like that the Thorpes should have let it cook. I think it would have. They had 200 people on YouTube today when I tuned in. Like, they could have milked this for a lot more. You know, I feel like it's unfortunate that it ended as quickly as it did.
Could have milked this a lot more and then made Jeremy end up in jail. Then,
I mean, even that, it's all content. Jeremy was down. Jeremy was down to get arrested
Jeremy
for the
was down to
content.
get arrested for content. He's a stupid boy. Stupid boy.
And to win Grace's heart. I mean, he was down to get maced. He was down for anything. I feel like they could have used that to their advantage a lot more than they did.
So let me just get this one thing straight. So if they wanted Jeremy to be shot by the police, would he be down for that?
I don't know. He very much wanted to impress Grace. Back even in New Haven.
He needs to.
Haven,
Jeremy needs to stop with this shit before it escalates to that. If it does escalate to that, where he's going to be shot for content, then he needs to stop this shit right now.
Well, he was drunk. He was drunk the entire New Haven collab that I engaged with him. But when Grace was when she was at the bus station and she had run away from him, he was kind of like, I don't know if you call it crying on my shoulder. A little bit. He was just like saying, "What?
Why did she run away from him? Because
I
Jeremy wouldn't do what Jeremy
what she asked him to do. Yeah, at that point, I was still out looking for Jeremy's car, so I missed that whole section of the stream.
Did Jeremy tell you what happened?
He just said that she freaked out, and he said, "Don't bother chasing her; just let her go." I was worried about her being, alone in a strange city, and so I thought we should actually at least try to get her home safely. But anyways, he kind of like confided to me that he was like super nervous about being around her, and I think he really, really wanted to redeem himself from the Seattle trip. Because she ran away from him and called him a serial killer and all that, and so he wanted like another chance to leave a good impression. And I think this time, especially, I think by doing all the work and
he's just made it worse. He's made
he
it
did
worse this time.
Yeah, he probably did, but he thought that he could turn things around. I think, and I was all for it. I felt like if I could help him with the brakes, he could get the car picked up. He could do a lot of things that would be useful to them, and they would want to keep him around, if nothing else, just for the practical reasons. But yeah, I guess his texts, I don't know if it was just his texts. I'm still not sure what happened after I left, but I am glad I left.
Hey, OPC, could you convince Capital BB to call in and talk to me? Tell her that I'm not trying to get at her, but I just want to have like a civil conversation.
Is she still in chat? She might have run away. But BB, you're always welcome to call in.
Nah, she's still here.
Okay, OPC, please stop making excuses for Jeremy. He's drunk. Yeah, I mean, so Jim, you could probably answer for this. I've never been like blackout drunk, and so I don't know how like much responsibility you have for what you say when that's. You want to weigh in on this one?
What?
How responsible are you for the actions you take when you're super duper drunk? Do you feel like Jeremy could use that as an excuse, or is that something he needs to take accountability for?
Well, nothing's really an excuse anymore. Being drunk is not an excuse.
I've gone through a lot of situations where I've said shit when I was drunk, and I hope people could believe it. And yeah, that's my excuse all the time.
Okay, so I don't know if this is to you, but we got a big solid no from BB.
Okay.
Fair but enough. BB,
BB, I have other bitches. I have other bitches on the line, and my neighbor is hotter than you, so
Edward's on your team. Edward's on your side.
Not literally.
Jim.
Not literally, but like figuratively.
Jim, you shouldn't really burn the bridge so quickly, because if you ever do have a chance to actually have her call in again, she's going to remember that you did that. She says, good. Yeah. She said, "Yeah, you
Wait,
gotta be
wait,
careful about that."
OPC. Wait, OPC. Wait. Say that again.
So I'm saying, if you like say you invite your neighbor over to have dinner, and she says no, and you're like, "Good, you suck. I didn't want you anyways." The next time, like say a month later, you feel bad about it and you want to ask her again, she's gonna remember that you said it, the second she said no, you were mean to her. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to take rejection gracefully. You
No,
know,
no, no.
and
No, I remember. No. So Imperious and TK were roasting me one time, and basically Imperious called me autistic, and then BB was like, "Oh, poor Jim," and then they're like, BB, why are you defending him and stuff? And she was like, I was being sarcastic. Jim is actually a fucking loser. So that's my
okay,
rebuttal.
you're just turnabout's fair play. I get you.
I saw that, BB.
BB is a very good chatter. I have to give her that. Her Lalo roasts are second to none. Ricky's good, but BB goes for blood. My neighbor is hotter than you. See, like this is the kind of stuff that like I think women don't appreciate. so Burgess, I guess Burgess saw your stream. This is some of the stuff I guess you were saying to people.
I mean, that doesn't sound too far fetched, if I'm gonna be honest. I probably did say that.
BB setting the record straight. I didn't call you a loser, but okay. She was drunk, Jim, and you can't talk. So yeah, if you got to use that excuse for yourself, you have to let other people use it too.
I've never seen her on a panel before. She's just sent me pictures of how she looks like.
So she was on a panel with Lowe. So Ricky's gonna roast you again, I think, a little bit. Jim doesn't tell girls he likes about his YouTube channel, does he? If they see his N-word rants, they'll be turned right the fuck off.
Absolutely not. Fuck no, I would never, ever fucking tell a girl I like any of the channels on here.
So, do you say the hard R N-word, Rick? Does Jim? Do you? I don't think I've ever heard you say it.
I do.
Okay.
Not proudly.
So you know what, Jim? The worst problem I had when you were the host is the copyright. You were very good as far as TOS and everything else, but you always like to play songs that are copywritten. But other than that, you were always pretty careful about what you said, I thought. Okay, it must have been last
I
night.
make sure of that, but I really do like music. I'm Filipino, so I like singing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've seen that on your, and the same thing goes with King. King would do a lot of things that would get us in trouble, and now that he's doing his own channel, he's actually getting in trouble for himself. So, like, same with you with your, like, if you want to do, you can do anything you want on your own channel. It doesn't bother me, but I just want to make sure you're aware that is like something that they get you for.
All right, so here's a quick story, you guys. So this girl named Charlotte, who I met in acting class, she rejected me. But she sent me a link to her Spotify playlist. And then so like I would text her and she would respond with a song. And she got her friend involved. They graduated from a prestigious Christian university, and they watch my streams because every time that I stream, they like come up with a new song that like that like relates to what I've been talking about, and it's such a weird dynamic. But they never participate in chat. They just make songs. I know it sounds crazy, but like this is the
Make
fucking truth.
songs, eh? Do you think you could be a singer, Jim, or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, that could be a good thing. That could be a backup thing if you don't get with this acting thing don't go through. Then being a singer might be a good backup plan.
Do you guys understand what John's talking about here? The PFPs being the same color scheme is not helping. I'm the only one using a PFP right now. I don't know. I'm not
No.
sure.
They're both chicks. Yeah,
There's a lot of BBs everywhere. There's BB there, BB there. There's also BB Phil.
It's a weird fucking dynamic, but these girls, they're like rich Christian girls. One of them lives in like Laguna Beach, and one of them lives in Malibu. They never participate. They never participate in on chat, but they like send me songs about what I'm talking about. It's such a weird dynamic.
So, Jim, have you ever like tried to do something like do a stream on trucking, see if they send you a trucking song? Like, is there any way to like to actually verify that you're not misinterpreting what they're saying, sending to you? You're sure 100% that that's what they're doing?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
like a couple of days ago, I was telling John Frederick about how I was trolling John Frederick. I was saying that like my neighbor, she's probably like as old as John Frederick, and shit like that. And then she comes up with a playlist, and it says like old like your mom. It was hilarious.
What do you mean old like your mother?
So the playlist was like classic songs.
So no, appears
been almost 2 hours and Jeremy hasn't shown up.
Yeah, I'm about ready to call it if you guys are. But so BB, I'm sorry, I flipped the wrong thing. So I feel like we don't know what lowercase BB looks like. So this is an unfair. It's unfair for us to assume that one is more well endowed than the other. We've just never seen lowercase BB. So
hey, could we please not end it?
No, we can keep going. I just thought, like, people wanted to see the Jeremy, clap.
Hey, do you guys want to have an interview with my mother?
Does she want to have an interview with us?
Oh, I found another short.
Yeah, I could get her. I could get her to. I could get her to answer questions.
Can we ask
that you guys?
Can we ask her personal questions about you? So is BB lowercase BB been on Grace's stream? I don't remember that. Oh, is lowercase BB Ashley from Pennsylvania?
Dogs their real names.
Oh, okay. No, well, she's been on stream. She is so Ashley. She just was known by Ashley. She didn't want to give her last name or anything, but she didn't mind people knowing.
You guys, type your questions in the chat for my mom. I'll have her answer it.
I want to know if Jim was a bratty kid or if he was pretty well behaved.
All right,
okay.
I think I'm gonna get off of here for a bit, but I'll be back if Jeremy comes on.
Okay, and Ashley wasn't her first real name, her real first name either. So.
I'll see you all later. I'll be back when Jeremy's back here if he does come on here. All right.
Nice talking to you, gamer.
Right. Nice
Always a pleasure.
To all of you. I'll be back if Jeremy's here.
Bye, Robin.
All right.
Bye. Yeah. What did you just say, Jim?
Gamer.
You better not have just said my real name.
I didn't.
If I replay this stream back and you did. Right, bye. I'll be back if Jeremy's back.
Okay, we'll see you, gamer. Jim, don't do that. don't dox him. That's not nice. So if this is who I think it is, I've actually been texting with her boyfriend, and I seems like a pretty good guy. Best actor ever.
All right,
So Jim, how?
I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah. How is the acting going? Have you got any gigs? Still working on it.
Could you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
This year is the year that I lock in, and I'm gonna quit drinking. I'm gonna lose like 15 pounds. I'm gonna get new headshots. So auditions is all online these days. It's not like the pre-2000s where you could just drive somewhere and audition. Sometimes you may not even know that a casting director has even seen your audition. It's such a competitive field these days, but I think I have talent. With the experience that I've had in my lifetime, it's easy for me to tune into certain emotions, and I still bank on on having a successful working acting career.
Good for you. Good. I mean, sometimes things don't work out, but you got to follow it through. Once you make that big leap, you gotta see it through. So Pixie Poo asks about testing. What the situation is when I had my number doxed, her boyfriend called in the stream and gave me some advice about how to deal with the random calls I was getting. And we've just been texting back and forth about what's going on in the stream and like the role I played in it. And he's just been giving me advice about like dealing with the Thorpes, and I mean, he seems like a pretty decent guy. He's got some information to share. John is criticizing that.
John, you need to come up.
Yeah, John, you got to come up and forgive your buddy. He made a mistake. It happens to the best of us. Jim, do you have an agency? Are you represented by anybody, or is this just something you're doing all on your own?
Well, I need a demo reel in order to send into agencies. So no, I don't have an agency as of yet.
I guess I'm missing something in the chat, but I guess lowercase BB is giving uppercase BB credit for being. I don't know. I know I have seen uppercase BB on Lowe's panel. I'm still kind of confused about who lowercase BB is.
Yes, I am drinking tonight. I got it. People say I've got a drinking problem. That ain't no reason to stop. People
So, Jim,
saying that I've hit rock bottom just because I'm living on the rocks.
So I had never tried the non-alcoholic beer until I went with Lala. We went to a gay bar and they served it. And then last night, because I was the driver, or 2 nights ago, I was the driver for everyone. I had a couple of non-alcoholic beers, and I couldn't taste the difference. Is that something you like? Is it the taste that you like, or is being drunk that you like?
No, so I get drunk on sparkling water. It's like seltzers. So
Really?
yeah, it's definitely not the taste. It's definitely not the taste.
Okay. Because I gotta say, I thought it tasted like a regular beer to me, and I thought like, wow, it seems like the old days that the non-alcoholic stuff was kind of like watery. But it seems like they've improved I mean, like I said, I'm out of the game, but the the beers. I had 2 beers the other night with Grayson Montero and Jeremy, and I thought the taste was up to par.
Yeah, I mean, non-alcoholic beers are like on par with alcoholic beers. Peaksy, I'm not in LA right now. I'm at my parents' house, and yes, the country music is enabling me. I'm at home, guys, with my parents. I'm not in LA right now. I came to my parents' house to hide from my neighbor for a while, so things could cool off. Like I have like such like stirring feelings about her. Like I really fucking like this chick, guys. She's so fucking fire, and she's just beautiful.
Yeah, I have BB, but I'm just not. I don't drink as a general rule, and just like the Zin, like when you drink too much of something you're not used to. Well, it's a long story. I was at a sawmill with a guy, and we were gonna hire him to do some sawing for a restoration job I was working on. So it was like a 1700s post and beam inn and barn. And the guy didn't know me, and so I didn't want to offend him, and he offered me a hard cider. And so I drank it with him. And then I got into the car with the guy that I was with, and we left, and I had to stop and vomit. I just am not like accustomed to alcohol or nicotine and things like that. And so
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So it was just 1 cup?
It was 1 hard cider, but I was pounding it with the guy because I didn't want to make him. I just wanted to be like, yeah, I appreciate it, thanks a lot. And he was there on his 4-wheeler. He showed me the sawmill, and by the time I had it drunk and got into the car and left, yeah, I was pretty ready to vomit.
I wish I could be like that, so I could just quit.
Well, I mean, it's not hard. Like I said, it's when something turns you off, like smoking and stuff. It's not. It's pretty easy to avoid it. It just doesn't taste good. It doesn't smell good. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
That's a big part of my life, Edward. I mean, most of the interesting things I do revolve around my job. Jim, just taper down. What do you think about this? Can you taper down, or is it something where once you start going, you're just all in?
Yeah, I'm like John said, 1 is not enough, and 1 is too many, or some shit along those lines. Once I quit, it's easy to quit, but once I drink one day, it like snowballs for like the rest of the month. So easy.
Everybody wants to know why you're hiding from your neighbor.
Shouldn't the neighbor be hiding from Jim, not the other way around? Jim, why are you hiding from your neighbor? Because there was this thing where I thought that she would never talk to me again, and then I got a huge relief when I got a text saying that she is willing to hang out with me, and she saw my reaction, and I was like super relieved about it. And I'm like, she's like super sexy, so I'm like too shy to fucking go out there whenever I'm at my apartment. But women do love degenerate men. Women do love.
You're not wrong about that, to be honest. They do seem to like somebody that's like scary and someone they can fix.
Exactly. And you gotta admit, I fit that mold pretty well, right?
That's why I wondered about like why the people in the gym like weren't like so like flocking to you, because it's like physically you look like you're pretty scary and intimidating, but I think you're just too nice of a guy. I don't think you pull off the scary thing that well. And so BB, I really don't understand this either, because they've talked to my customers. I've shown them like just a handful of the houses I build. So like, if I was lying to them, like, I feel like I wouldn't take them to talk to customers that they could ask all their questions to. But I don't know. It doesn't bother me. Like, I know what I do for a job, so it doesn't really. They could think whatever they want. It's fine with me. All right. So, what if we focus on what the women are saying, Jim? You feel like
Yeah.
you think they're giving you good advice? You think they're wrong? Because I feel like you don't take their advice.
Well, you know what they say, don't take advice from a fish of how to fish, right?
That's a good point. That is a good point. She barely knows you exist. This is coming from.
So when you ask a woman, like, what do you want in a guy? I want him to be nice. I want him to express his feelings. I want him to be there for me at all times of the day. And who actually bangs them is the guy who doesn't care about their feelings, who pops up once a month and bangs them and then just leaves, doesn't talk to them until the next time they bang them. Like, it's there's such a contradiction.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think those guys, like, they're banging a lot of girls, but do you think they're having like meaningful relationships? You want something more than just banging girls, don't you?
So bagging girls leads to them being in love with you. There was this YouTube guy that I watched. He said that all of his girlfriend's friends have been saying that, like, they've been falling in love with a guy who they see once a month, who shows up, gives them the pipe, doesn't talk to them at all, and shows up only just to bang.
But do you think they actually love him, or they're just infatuated with him?
Well, to women, that's the same shit.
Jim, you're a mess. Figure it out. That's from Doge Gamer.
To be honest, my whole life revolves around trying to get a woman to fall for me. I am not ashamed to admit it. I'm tired of being alone. I need a bitch in my life.
You have to be charismatic to get that. So this is one of the things that I can't remember who I was having this conversation with, but I think it was on stream. But I just said that the stream you did when you were at the gym, you know what? I think it was actually, I said this on Grace's stream to Jeremy. We were fixing the brakes and just talking about stuff. And I said, he's actually like in very, very good shape. Like, maybe try to just like not talk so much and just be cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Just be present. Turn my mind off. Yeah, that's all it takes. Just be present.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, I'm not a woman, so I don't know if that's all right. Here's Pixie. I think Pixie is a man, but actually, I know Pixie is a man because he said he also has one testicle, just like King. Okay, that's your problem. Work on yourself. You need to find passion outside of the idea of having a girlfriend, then it'll happen. But I know that's easier said than done.
So my neighbor actually works in the entertainment industry, but she works behind the scenes. She could actually help me with my endeavors, and
I do think actually that's probably not a bad angle to take, because if you're actually invested in your career and she sees that can be pretty hot to a girl. If she sees that you're like trying to better yourself and you're trying to succeed.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fire, bro. Oh my god.
Again, the less you appear to be looking for a woman, the
Bro,
more you'll
she-
attract them. Just trust me.
On her Instagram, she dressed as Cruella de Vil. Oh my.
Yeah.
So fucking fire.
All right. So Burgess is a very intelligent chatter, and so that's his advice for you.
Again,
Don't appear to be looking for a woman.
The more you'll check them. Just trust me. Yeah, I know that, but it's hard. It's hard. It's difficult, guys. I want her.
John is not loving your camera angle, I guess, or he doesn't like your take. I'm not sure. Well, okay, so BB, I knew he had gone to the gym, but I thought like a lot of things Jim doesn't take seriously. And I was surprised when I actually saw like the weight he was lifting and stuff that he does take this seriously. You know, he's actually not a joke. And I feel like women would normally be kind of attracted to that. So yeah, it surprised me that he's not being as successful as he wants to be.
I mean, muscle looks get you through the door, but it doesn't carry you through it all. I do. Like I said, I get interest from women. It's just like once I open my mouth, sometimes they're like, "Ew."
So that was kind of my advice. Just kind of just play mute for a bit. Just be the strong silent type and see like. So do you know who they're like 1940s and 50s. It's either Rock Hudson or Cary Grant or someone like that. He said he was extremely scared around women, but he just started acting like he was like this really cool womanizer, I guess. And he said eventually that's what he became. He just pretended until it actually became the reality.
Right. Yeah. Fake it until you make it. Right.
I guess, yeah. But he said it actually did work for him because he was one of the most like sought after male actors at the time. All right, Ricky's got something else to say. John seems to think Ricky's got some good advice for you.
I don't agree. I mean, I think the signals that I read is dead on.
I don't know. I do sometimes question some of the things you say, but like I'm not in your shoes and I don't hear these conversations personally, so I kind of give you the benefit of the doubt.
I am in a frat, BB.
So Jim, I know you are attracted to white women, you said. Have you ever considered going back to the Philippines to look for a wife?
No, I only like white girls.
Okay. Because I think over there, you being an American would be incredibly attractive.
I know I would be.
Yeah.
No, so I don't want to dwell on the gym chick, but so once I did finally approach the gym chick, she gave me this look like bruh, like now you're approaching me, and that's all you need to know. It took way too long to approach that chick, and she's like, as soon as I approached her, she was like, bruh, like, really, dude? Now you're approaching me.
Do you want to address this one?
You told a woman you love her. She was disgusted and her brother was enraged. How did you play that right? So did you hear about that story, OPC, about her calling her brother on me last year?
Yes, and you said things have improved since then, though, right?
Yeah, she forgave me. I was in her yard like a week ago, And like sometimes women like that emotional spike where it's like, yeah, I fucking called my brother on you. You passed the test of how you reacted, and like it's like a How I Met Your Mother kind of thing. Like, hey, how did you two meet? Oh, I I technically harassed her, and they're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's a bit.
I mean, I try to be encouraging of you, but I also don't want to like have you do something that gets you in trouble. But I agree. It doesn't always. It's not always where it starts. It's where it finishes. But a lot of the chat is like trying to warn you to think about what you're doing. Especially the women. Especially the women seem to think that you might be crossing lines here.
Now, this is the world trying to build a wall between me and my true love.
Could well be. I guess I can't argue with that. All you do is dwell on.
I was actually on a Discord call with John Frederick, his brother, amongst others. I was like, this was a year ago. I was like, hey, do you guys want to see my hot neighbor? And I pointed the camera at her from across the street, and she was like, what's up, man? It was hilarious. And that was before I told her that I loved her when I was drunk on the balcony one morning.
All right, here we go. Grown men should not be using words like true love for women they aren't dating. That's a massive red flag. So do you know much about Ricky? Ricky is a lesbian, so she's not really what you're targeting, but I do think you might want to pay attention to what she's saying here. I think if you don't know her well, or like you've never actually dated her and you tell her you're true love, that might be scary.
No, I get it, but I didn't actually like mean it like that.
All right, let's see what BB.
It's just like people trying to build a wall with a girl that I really like, and it's like I think a girl would find it attractive after she calls her brother on me, and then I handle it well. Like, all right, dude. Like, yes, you'll fuck me up. If I fuck with you and your family and your sister, and then I handle it well, and then I still want her. She found that attractive that I'm like, I still want you, like, you know what I mean?
So Jim, I just wanted to like try to reverse roles. Have you ever been in a situation where like maybe a girl from church or somebody from school had a big crush on you and you didn't have a crush on them? Do you remember how that felt?
Yeah, for sure. So like the girls you don't like, they like you back, and the girls that you do like, they don't like you back. It's called hypergamy.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I mean, I guess if she. So do you ever feel like maybe you're coming on too strong? I guess is my question.
Hey, pull up lowercase BB's chat. I was in her yard. Did she know you were in her yard? That's hilarious. I was in her yard. Did she know you were in her yard? That's hilarious. Our dogs were playing with each other, lowercase BB. Holy fuck.
All right, so here's our next comment. What do you think about this?
It was a joke. I was drunk one day before I actually talked to her. I was like, "Hey, I love you," and she's like, "I'm sorry." And once she walked in, her brother comes out with a bat and his shirt off.
So, did that like make you stop and think about what your approach style should be, or do you just thought that was like her brother being overstepping his bounds?
Oh no, he was definitely not overstepping his bounds. I respect his brother, her brother. I would do the same thing. Yes, she
So what
does
about
like
this?
me.
How do you feel
Yes,
about
she
this?
does like
That
me.
she doesn't. It doesn't matter whether she's straight or gay. She lives in this world and understands how things work.
No. No. So to be honest, these girls who graduated from a prestigious Christian university, they sent me a song that like "Don't Dream It's Over." Like the whole world is trying to keep people from being together. I don't give a fuck what any of you guys say. I am gonna pursue this chick, and I will one day even fucking show her on stream and fucking tell you guys. I will fucking show you guys that you guys are fucking dumbasses. You guys are all either beta males or a fucking lesbian who don't know fucking jack shit. I'm gonna be her new daddy, and you guys could all just suck a fat one.
So, Jim, I will back you on that. That Christian girls are looking for different things than non-Christian girls, and like I know people have been kind of shocked that I've been dating the girls that I've been dating have been so attractive, and it's not necessarily because like it's just they're looking for different things. They're looking for different qualities, and they value different things that people that aren't religious don't care about. So yeah, I agree that probably there's a chance that those girls are interested in you for reasons that people in the chat don't understand.
Exactly. In 2026, there are plenty of guys who try and chase clout, who try and chase the Ferraris and the big houses, and women realize that that's all just a facade. They're fake motherfuckers who think that if they chase all those things that they could land a hot girl, but women are waking up and they're realizing that the degenerate who doesn't give a fuck is the guy that they actually want.
So am I incorrect? Did you actually say? I thought you said that the girl graduated from a prestigious Christian university.
Me?
This Pixie Poo asks, is your neighbor a Christian? The girl that you're pursuing, your neighbor.
I'm not
I thought you
sure. I'm
said
not
she.
sure.
Okay, those were different girls you were talking about. Okay, I misunderstood. I thought she was the girl from the Christian university. All right, what do you think about this, Jim?
Yeah. Yes, I would finally get the hint.
Okay, what if she just happened to be moving? It wasn't anything related to you. You give up your pursuit of her, or would you look
Wait,
her
say
up?
that again?
I'm saying if it's the
Say that
reason
again.
she moved was simply because they found new housing, or it wasn't necessarily anything to do with you, you would still give up on her if she moved away.
Well, I have her number, so yeah, I would definitely text her like, "Hey, so you're moving out? What are you doing? Like, whatever."
All
Yeah.
right. So do you mind us
Pixie.
having?
What's up?
Sorry. Go ahead. Do you mind us talking about this? We can change the subject if you're just making you uncomfortable.
No, I don't know. I don't actually like this. I actually like this.
Okay.
Would I say that I fall for girls easily? Yes, I do, because I'm very picky when it comes to women's looks. She has to be white. She has to be under 160 pounds. She has to have a beautiful face, and she has to be someone I would be happy to wake up in the morning every day. And yeah,
So Jim,
like the majority of the women that I pass by every day, I don't think they're attractive.
so I'm gonna just give you a little bit of advice that's worked for me. Is that kind of mindset can be a big turnoff to women. If you
What
say it's something
mindset?
like that like I only want an attractive woman under 160, like most women realize that at some point in their life they're going to be overweight and unattractive to the average man. And so if you're focused on those things, that can be a turnoff to women who do actually meet those qualifications now. They just realize down the road, if this guy only likes me for my looks, is he going to still like me 10 years, 20 years from now?
No, but there are girls who are very interested in fitness. So I mean, I'm into fitness. So it's like they say that like couples who work out together stay together or some shit like that. What the fuck is limerence? Well, I've seen that multiple times during the stream. What's the limerence?
I guess let's scroll up. He said he explained it above. Deep, powerful need for reciprocity. I mean, let me pull up here. I lost the. Jim loves talking about his obsessions. All right. Marked by intrusive thoughts, idealization, deep longing, and a powerful need for reciprocation. That's what limerence means.
Wait, sorry, could you say that again?
It said marked by intrusive thoughts, idealization, deep longing, and a powerful need for reciprocation.
Oh yeah, that pretty much describes me. Point on, yeah.
Yeah, Burgess is a
I'm
very.
I'm
Burgess is
a limerancing fool.
Burgess is a very observant guy. Here we go. He's got another longer post here. The experience of limerence can include obsessional thinking about the object of one's imminent desire, an irrationally positive evaluation of that person's attributes, and a longing for reciprocation. So what he's basically saying is you pick these women up and totally idolize them and build them up.
I do, and God doesn't like that. God is actually a jealous God. I wouldn't be surprised if he. I'm like looping in my tests and trials from God. But I can't fucking help it.
All right, Jim. Ricky has to go. She says, "Good, do better, Jim." Bye. Let's see what BB. All right, yeah. So BB also agrees. You like to talk about your obsessions.
Yes, I do.
Which I think we all do. We're interested in what we're interested in, and so we like to talk about those things. Just because she's fit doesn't mean she wants to work out with you, Jim. What do you think about that point?
She doesn't work out. My neighbor, she's not a gym chick. She's just naturally like. She just naturally has a good figure. She roller skates, but yeah, she doesn't work out like that. She's not a gym chick. She just naturally has a.
She's
figure
fit.
And
she's just fit.
Apparently, yeah. Apparently, she like eats right or whatever. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I had more firsthand information, like I could probably, but I'm just going with what chat says. It seems like they seem to think you. All right, Burgess has got. You ready for these? There's 3 in a row that are pretty long, but I think they're worth reading.
Sure.
All right, so the pleasure is intensified to a feeling of elation or jubilation if there's a hint of reciprocity from the object of their limerence. An individual may start to replay and analyze every interaction. If they are detected, the individual may feel a boost in self-esteem that such a person would have interest in them. This ecstatic and obsessed state is the core of limerence.
That's pretty spot on.
Yeah. Burgess is nailing it here, I would say. All right, it says it may end with feelings of sadness, agony, or indifference, but the state is one of acute intensity that outranks all other concerns of an individual's life. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's spot on.
Yeah, so limerence, maybe you need to look into. So John asks, have you even asked her out? You've spent 6+ hours talking about her.
So women, especially if they're your neighbor, they're not just gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'll go out on a date with you." They want things to happen naturally. So when I did ask her out, she said, "I'm not looking to date right now." But so here's the interaction that happened with her. I said, "Hey, are you single by chance?" She said, "Yeah." And I said, "Mind if I took you out sometime?" She said, "Well, I'm not looking to date right now." So it's like she wants things to happen naturally, and that's how women. She's 20. She's 27.
So Jim, just as a brother, I gotta ask you, why are you dating or interested in dating this woman if you don't know whether or not she's a Christian?
You're right. You're right about that. She, on her Instagram page, she does follow Christian men, so that's a huge hope. But yeah, I mean, if I find out like she's not Christian, you should be equally yoked. So yeah, I'm not gonna pursue things.
Okay. So that's John. I feel like John really ought to come up and talk to you man to man because you guys were, or at least I think probably still are, good friends.
Dog,
No.
she's my fucking. She's my neighbor, bro. She doesn't want to just jump in and like date me in fears of things not working out. She wants me to like. She wants our dogs to play with each other. You fucking weirdos. You guys are all fucking betas. Not you, OPC. I'm talking to the chat.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, like you care about this working out, and you don't like people discouraging you and telling you to not pursue what you want to pursue. He needs to imaginary woman to fixate on while being a need. Yeah, I think whatever you said to John was probably over the line. That's why he's kind of upset.
He's like fucking constantly firing off on me, isn't he?
Yeah, he seems hurt, and probably rightly so. It says it's not over. So I know this is just a troll, but it's not over until you say it is, Jim. Pure alpha.
Hey, he has a point though.
Yeah, and Jim and John is right here. The looping is, I think people are tuning in because they like the entertainment value of this.
Look at the fish. Look at the fish saying, "Jim, that's a polite no." Nope.
Jim, have you ever tried? I've never tried it, so I shouldn't but have you ever tried a dating site? Just so that you know that the women that are contacting you are interested in you.
Fuck a dating site. I want my neighbor in LA.
So I can okay. I can tell you though, two of my sisters got married through dating sites. It does work for some people. I won't take no for an answer. All right, can we switch this to Jeremy for a second? Because this is one of the things that people were complaining about with Jeremy, that he can't take a no for an answer. Do you think Jeremy should give up on Grace, or do you think he should keep pursuing her?
He should have made his move by now, dog. What the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker?
Well, I think he thought driving all the way to Rhode Island was a big move. That she would understand that he was serious about her and that things would take the next step.
He thinks he's like a alpha simp, but he's just a nice guy.
I don't even know if he's a nice guy, because he'll send her those texts saying she's a whore and she's following Satan. Like, that doesn't seem like he's trying to be the nice guy there. I don't know. I really don't know. He says he's playing the game. I don't really understand the game, I guess. Jim and Jeremy need to start a support group. Would you be willing to, like, if Jeremy wanted to talk about some of his dating strategies, would you be down to talk to him about it?
Yeah, I'd be open to it.
Okay, maybe we'll set that up if we can.
Except I'm gonna end up with my neighbors soon, so this idea probably won't come into fruition.
Okay, but you could give him, expound on your successful strategies. Give him some advice.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Someone needs to call in. John Frederick, call in.
Should I text Jeremy again? I can text Jeremy again to see if he's sober.
Yeah, text him.
I'll text him right now. Tell him Jim would like to talk to him about his dating strategy with Grace. Would you ever go and help a girl you liked with her? Like, would you do free labor for her like that?
100%. Yeah.
You
Yes,
would.
I would. Hell yeah. Yeah, high testosterone men do that shit. They give freely and they want to help out, even if it doesn't translate to getting laid.
I think I for the most part agree with that. I think Jeremy might have come across as like too needy, too, spraying himself with the mace and overdoing the humiliation stuff probably isn't a positive. Jim and Jeremy aren't very nice when they get drunk. So how do you respond to that? What if these women see you as being a mean person under a kind facade? You think that's an issue?
Yeah, it's definitely an issue. Yeah, the only reason why I'm angry is because I don't have a woman in my life. I'm angry without a woman in my life, OPC.
I understand. I think Jeremy's the same way. I think he feels like he would be much like that's what he's looking for more than anything. He wants to feel like he's, I don't know, I guess he feels like that would fulfill a need that he's lacking right now. At least that's the impression I got from him. I could be wrong about that. All right, I'm going to close the poll down. I think Jeremy has, let me look. how did you vote in the poll, or did you vote in the poll? Do you think that the Thorpes treated him fairly?
I did not vote on the poll, but if I were to vote, no, they did not treat the man fairly.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. But the poll is 54% saying that he did get treated fairly. 56% want to end it. Jim's delusion is inspiring. The women are not on your side, Jim. I have to say that that does not bode well for your current strategy.
It's fine because a lot of the times guys who girls date,
Yeah.
they're not huge fans of the guys that these women fall for.
No, you're not wrong about that. So, Jim, what's the plan with your? I kind of want to shout out your channel to the people that are watching now. What's up for you as far as streaming this week?
I could stream.
Actually, do you want me to set up a raid and send these viewers to your channel?
Yeah, after I microwave this food.
Okay. All right, I'm going to be a few minutes setting it up. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in Jeremy, but it's not unprecedented for Jeremy to do something like this. So, I can't say that I'm terribly surprised.
Hey, actually, I should probably be done streaming for the night.
Okay, all right, we'll call it. But I'd like to at some point. I would like to, to redirect to you and Gamer and the people that have supported the channel. I feel like we ought to reciprocate.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to give some last? You want to give some last words?
Yeah. Love is unconventional. You could have strict rules of how love should work out, but if I think that love conquers all. So thank you guys.
Very good words to end on. Love does conquer all. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and I apologize that Jeremy didn't make it. Good night, everyone.